Well, hang on. Oh, there we go. How about that? Look at that. We did this. Okay.
We did it?
I think we did it. How you guys doing? It's Taylor and Rudy. It's Texas Postgame Show presented by Orlando Kill, the offices of, by GC Roofing and by Price Chevrolet. I think I've gotten us on. I think
Cowboys.
This is the first time that I've ever ran my own YouTube show.
Well, we figured it out.
Did you see last night? I actually posted for like a minute or two, just because I tested it last night here from my apartment.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it probably creeped LG out, but I actually got us on. I actually had people chatting. So y'all
last night?
Yeah. People started chatting and stuff.
Because they know with our times, you never know. We might just do a show. We have that ability. So.
It says we have a viewer, so that's good, and 1 thumbs up, so that's good. Jump in here to the chat. That should be engaged, unless I didn't do it right.
No, it is. Brian.
Oh, what's up, Brian? Okay, cool.
All
right, cool. Let me adjust our headroom here.
Yeah, there you go.
How about that? Yeah, how about that? Makes us look taller. They're
Yeah.
kind of looking up at us.
Yeah, next time maybe we should have put a book under there.
Yeah, I could. I can put a book under there.
Yeah, put these
hang on. Yeah, here.
Solid wood.
Here, start the show. I'm going to get a book.
What's up? Henry's Mustache in the building with you guys. Joshua Jimenez. Rogie, the score doesn't reflect the ass whipping. You're right about that. Totally. J-Rod, Brian, what a whooping. Yeah, man, that's why we are here. This is the UT post-game show. That is what we're here for.
So I said.
I knew they were going to win. I didn't expect that, but we'll get to it.
I didn't. All right, let's get to it. Let me see if I can make this better. I didn't know they were going to win. Last week.
You didn't?
At Slackers.
That's much better, Mike. Much better.
I was saying, thank you. Keep it close like that.
Yeah, there we go.
Last week at Slackers, I was saying that I think that this team is actually better than last year's team.
I remember, and I kind of pushed back on that. Like, that team went to the Final Four.
Right. And what you said was, let me see the Michigan game before I start overreacting like that. Well, 31-12 in the Big House. They haven't been beaten at home like that. I don't know. A minute.
I didn't even realize Michigan had 10 natties.
Yeah.
Because they put up the stats side by side. Texas has 4. I didn't know Michigan had 10
I think
natties.
they're the all-time winning program.
Damn.
I think.
Nobody
goes this way a little bit. Okay. A little closer to me. There we go.
Yeah, nobody does that in the Big House.
There we go. Yeah. That was awesome. Longhorns rolled today. It's Longhorn Postgame Show. The In the Building Longhorn Postgame Show presented by Price Chevrolet, GC Roofing, the law office of Orlando Kill.
We were texting Orlando before the game. He was hyped. He's in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. He went up with some buddies to the game.
That's pretty cool.
I said, don't get in a fight. He said, my back's shit. I can't get in a fight anymore. So no threats of getting in a fight. But, man, that was 110,000 quiet people pretty quick. We're 10 minutes into the game. Not in like game minutes. I'm talking about just real minutes. Right. And I'm thinking, Texas might just beat their ass. They were so much better from the beginning.
I didn't realize the defense was so stingy either. Now, look, I guess the question is today to be talk radio guy, television guy. Is UT that good or is Michigan that bad?
210-736-9760. Let's hear from the people.
I don't know. Like that quarterback, he's no J.J. McCarthy.
God, no.
So I don't know. Is UT's defense that good or is that Michigan offense that bad? Now, what UT did on offense, that's just like, damn, UT's really good. They're fast. They're quick. But damn, Michigan's offense looks like shit.
It's both.
Or is UT's defense that good?
John Harbaugh ain't walking through that door, or Jim, nor is JJ. And clearly Michigan's in rebuild mode. They still have a stout defense. They've got 3 or 4 kids that'll go to the league and start on their defense. Michigan's good. They looked good last week. But, man, as soon as the Longhorns got the lead,
it was over.
That quarterback from Michigan was in trouble because now you're asking him to pass, and he ain't going to pass you. He's not going to pass. He's not going to pass Michigan to wins over teams like Texas.
He made some awful throws, missed some wide open guys that could have really changed the game. But
that was an ass whipping. Coaching, Longhorns whooped their ass coaching, and offense, defense, everything.
Well, now it's 12 teams, but, you have a win over a top 10 team. Mm-hmm. We start counting that shit in December.
Oh, yeah.
But at the time, let's remember, I know, in a couple months, we'll be like, oh, well, Michigan's not even in the top 25. They ended up being one of the shittiest teams in the Big Ten. Well, at the time when Texas beat them, let's remember, UT fan, and hold these people accountable, hold their feet to the fire. It was in Ann Arbor, and at that time, Michigan was a top 10 team. when this beatdown happened. Now, if they end up sucking, you know how this game goes.
Yeah, and clearly Harbaugh's new head coach and his staff did not bother to buy tickets to a Longhorn game last year and scout Quinn Ewers because they whooped his ass from start to finish.
Yeah, they did.
Just whooped his ass. Oh, my dog's coming over here. She's
it's all good.
Baby, I did it. We're on the air. We're actually doing a show with her help, of course. So yeah, it was great, man.
I know she did.
No, so I mean, that was a coaching ass whooping. That was one quarterback that has a chance to start in the NFL versus one that doesn't. Quinn Ewers, and I don't want to always lead with him, but I mean, golly, it's hard not to.
He's really good,
especially with Arch Manning standing on the sideline, you know. And I wondered today if we would see Arch, you know. And I even said last week, and I admitted this, you know, it's like I feel bad for Quinn Ewers because even though they're rolling Colorado State, I'm just counting down the minutes until they bring Arch in, and that's not fair to Quinn Ewers. Kid's got NFL arm talent, you know.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he's awesome.
No, I mean,
he's great.
He's really good for Saturdays. You really think it? Because I just feel like he would have gone.
I think he may be. I think he has a chance to be Kirk Cousins-y in the NFL.
Hell, Kirk Cousins made $300 million.
No, I know, no question.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he has a chance to start. I'm not saying he's. I mean, I don't want to put too much on Quinn Ewers, but look, since he was in high school, because he's from my home county. He went to South Lake Carroll up in Fort Worth.
Oh, right.
That kid has been a megastar from the very beginning. This is, you know, he made a lot of controversy because pre-NIL, his parents and him sat down and thought, let's just not play our senior year of high school. Let's enroll at Ohio State.
It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. The traditionalists.
Yeah, not me.
Not me.
That kid was protecting his money.
If you know you're going to the pro, your son's going to the pros, let's start preparing.
Yeah, and they did. So he doesn't play his senior year at high school. And it was like, well, he didn't even play football in a year. How's he going to do at Ohio State?
Right.
It wasn't like he sucked at Ohio State, but he was only a freshman. He had Justin Fields ahead of him. And it became pretty clear that he was going to have to get out of there. You know, and so he transfers, sits out another year, and then winds up with the Longhorns and had a red shirt year last year and made the decision when the season was over that, okay, we do have NFL ability. I say he and his people or whatever.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But we don't want to get drafted in the 5th round.
Right.
Let's go ahead and come back, you know, and that of course meant that Arch Manning had to be fine with that. And so far so good. And there's not really much anybody can say when Quinn goes out and does what he did today at the Big House. I love Arch Manning, and let me say something again. I love Arch. I love Arch Manning.
We're gonna do this every week, right?
Absolutely. That's why I get paid to overreact. Yeah. That's what I get paid to do, Rudy. But you know, life changes on the week in football. I mean, things change. These kids are literally we're watching 20, 21-year-old kids develop before our eyes, so it changes.
Right.
Last week I was saying that I'm excited that Texas is good, but I just want to see Arch come in, you know. But this week, let me say this, because Arch has more talent than Quinn does. But
does he?
I do think so.
I don't know what Arch is
but
yet.
Arch,
I know he has great pedigree. I don't know if he's talented or not.
Arch
we'll find out.
Definitely has as much talent, at least, as Quinn. But he does not have the experience. Arch does not go into the Big House and do that, what Quinn did today. So we can put this whole Arch thing to bed. He's the backup unless Quinn gets hurt, period. Quinn was awesome. I mean, he looked like an NFL. The touchdown he had, I think, to put him up 24-3 in the corner of the end zone.
That was a great throw.
That was an NFL quality. That's what starters in the NFL do.
I like that one, but I also like the one where he pockets collapsing, steps up into the pocket, throws a dart to the tight end. I think that was to make it 17 or 10. I don't remember which one that was. That was, to me, the ability, his ability to feel the pocket collapsing, step up or move to the right, make a throw. He's doing it to throw the ball. He's not doing it to run. Is his awareness. His awareness level on Madden would be, or on college 20-25 should be very high, because every time, you know, the pocket started to kind of break down, gave himself a couple more seconds and delivered some really good throws. And I thought the running back situation was going to be an issue. I guess the by committee thing ain't going to be bad. Blue gets hurt. He goes down for a while, but the two guys that came in after him did just fine. And I guess that's because the offensive line is really that good.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to look, again, I was kind of half-ass kidding about overreacting. I don't want to crown the Longhorns anything just yet,
No, we can't.
but they don't have a weakness. Now,
Well, we haven't seen a team that could expose if they do have one.
correct.
I don't think either of the two teams they played the past couple of weeks could expose them.
You're right about that. No, but for just based
But
on what
right
I've
now,
seen,
no
I
weaknesses
don't
for
see
sure.
any for sure. I don't see like I
Right.
mean, look, but here the teams in the SEC can match them for talent. But
Sure.
I don't see anybody like going in like I don't see Georgia.
You don't see Georgia coming into Austin and doing what?
Running them off the field. I don't think the Longhorns will beat Georgia, but I don't think Georgia's going to come in here and just whoop their ass the way Georgia handled Clemson last week.
Hell no.
I don't
Absolutely.
think so.
I don't
Texas
think,
is
no,
top 10 period, and they're good. Top 5 SEC.
I think they're ranked 3rd in the country.
Yeah, you can't. If you're one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the SEC, you don't have weaknesses. That conference comes down to injuries and fourth quarter execution because everybody's NFL ready in that conference.
Well, right now I'm gonna say, and I know this may piss off some people that's been in the SEC a while, but because I don't know what Bama's gonna look like without Nick Saban.
Same, yeah.
I don't know what he's gonna look like. So right now, it's Georgia and Texas. Georgia and Texas, the 2 best teams in the
2
SEC.
weeks in, sure.
Because I got to see Alabama a full season without Nick Saban before I just keep them in that spot that they've been in. I can't give them that spot any longer. They don't just have a spot reserved any longer because Nick Saban is that good.
Yeah.
So I have to see what they look now. Hey, this new guy comes in and they jump out to 10-0, then we can talk. But as of right now, especially with Sark's offense and way he calls plays when he has a good quarterback and he has the offensive line, because we saw him do it at Alabama as the OC. They were fantastic. So right now, I'm saying it's Georgia and Texas until I see what this Saban-less Bama team looks like. And LSU just got beat, and Brian Kelly's beating on the table. It's the same thing. Sir, that's your fault. If y'all can't finish, you banging on the table and mad as shit, Brian Kelly. That's on you, sir.
Yeah, he was. Come on, man. Why you make? He looked like an idiot. He was out of control. One more thing on Quinn, and that's all I got to say. I love the kid. I've loved him for years.
Talk Quinn.
I love Arch. He's
in the Heisman race right now.
Oh my God, yeah, for sure.
Right now.
And the thing that I love about him is the thing that I love about all the athletes that I love, and that that kid plays with such confidence. He has swagger. Remember, he had the mullet, but he decided to go ahead and cut it last year. Not that it had anything to do with how he played.
What kind of haircut is that now?
It was the weird.
He looked like the Brian Bosworth.
He's got the buzz. But yeah, remember he had the shave on the side, old school Dukes of Hazzard shit in the back.
When you lose, it's a problem.
Correct, and it was silly, but so many people gave him shit about the hair, and so he decides last year to cut it so he could look more professional and whatever. But he's still the same player.
Sure.
Before and after the mullet. And it had nothing to do with his development, but he still has that swagger, that moxie. He has not let the bright lights of Austin, he's not let the pressure of being UT's guy get to him. He plays with such ease. He goes in. This is the defending natty champion. I mean, I know they lost guys.
They lost a lot of people. Their whole offensive line is gone.
You go into that stadium in that atmosphere, and you just go out there and just touchdown. I'll run here. He just made all the right plays. He made the right reads, and these are the things that Arch can't do yet. And Quinn just continues to improve and get better. So, dare I say, the decision to skip the NFL and come back, regardless of what Arch is doing, was the right one because Quinn looks even better. Right now, he looks like a first-round pick.
24-36, 246, 3 touchdowns, no INTs.
He was awesome.
Yeah, 143 yards rushing as a team.
He was great.
That Gunnar Helm, 7 catches, tight end.
Yeah, man.
He seems like he's like a little safety valve.
Yep, they're good
for Quinn, but they're just fast.
Rudy mentioned Jaden Blue. Oh, I told you last week. I told you before the season.
He got hurt, though.
He got dinged up today. I don't know what it was, and I thought, well, I mean, shit, you're up 3 touchdowns. Why bring him back in? They went ahead and put him back in, and he was great. But it doesn't matter whether it's Blue or it's Gibson or Wisner or hell, even Ryan Wingo got the little in and around that went for what, 50? Yeah, I mean, shit, they got 4 good runners. They've got 3 good wide receivers. Despite losing their top 3 guys last year, they just go into the portal. Isaiah Bond's going to the league, the kid from Bama who transferred. To get a kid to leave Alabama to go, and that's because of Saban leaving.
Right. But that's a great pickup, though.
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He could have gone anywhere.
The portal works both ways. It hurt me, though. I ain't going to lie. It hurt me seeing Trey Moore. Shout out to my Roadrunners. It hurt me seeing Trey Moore in that UT, in that burn. It hurts me seeing him 2 weeks now in that burnt orange. I mean, I get it, Trey Moore, get your money, but I mean, he's probably the Roadrunners' best defensive. And I know they had Marcus Davenport. I know they've had some other guys.
No, he's
but
good.
Trey Moore is different. And I mean, I get it. UT probably gave him $500,000. I don't know. But it kind of it's a little sour grape seeing him in the burnt orange and not the Roadrunner orange.
As he runs off the field today in the big house, that's the reason why he transferred, to get paid into playing games like this and playing the SEC, which increases his draft stock for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
And no doubt he's going to wreck shop this coming Saturday when his former team comes into town to get their ass handed to him. You know, UTSA.
You think it'll be a blowout?
I don't know that UTSA beats Texas State today, honestly. UTSA didn't look good last week.
No, they didn't.
They only beat Kennesaw Mountain Landis State or whatever the hell it is by a tutty. Let me see what they do today against Texas State. G.J. Kinney and Texas State gave UTSA hell last year.
Hell yeah, they
UTSA's did. Not that I ever would have thought UTSA could hang with Texas and Austin.
No.
UTSA
did not look bad last year.
I mean, this could be 60-0 next week. This could be
Jeff
real
Traylor
wretched.
teams don't get blown out. They're going to get beat, Mike. They're going to get beat.
You know how I feel about Jeff.
You love
makes me uncomfortable saying that's my man.
Guy. But
my guy's got a monster next week.
Nobody's blowing UTSA out. Nobody.
Okay.
Not Georgia, not UT. They play. Oh, actually, they're getting ready to start. They started 3. Oh, no.
Frank played his ass off.
2:30. They just started, actually.
Frank played his ass off last year in Austin. And for a half, they hung with him. Or was that the year before? I can't remember. But nonetheless, I don't think we'll get the hard fart game that we got when UTSA went up there last time. I think Texas is just going to come out and Rudy and I, I don't want to pull back the curtain too much because we have to discuss things. At some point, you and I need to go up to Austin and go to a game.
Next week is the perfect time.
Do this show like on Twitter Live. You know, we could go up next week. Just saying.
I think that's a great idea.
All right.
What do you think?
Is it a night? It's a 6:00 kick.
It is a 6:00 kick, and that game is on ESPN.
Yeah, and I know guys going up. We have a place to hang. I think what we do, if we do wind up going next week, or we go up later in the season, we'll just do our show on Twitter. I'll just pop the phone open after the game's over from the bleachers, or we'll go down to the tailgate and do it down there. I can't lug all this gear. They don't have Wi-Fi and shit. So we'll just go on Twitter or yours.
F it.
Let's do it. Anyway, so all right, I'm excited, man. Football's here, and Longhorns are good. UTSA hopefully will be 2-0 going into that game next week. I'd like to go. I'm thinking about going, and I picked a damn good year to talk Texas football. So we're going to do these post-game shows after every game all season long. Me and Rudy, we may be in Slackers one time. I might be here with Elvis Dog one day.
You come to Texas cheer.
You know what? If he's got good Wi-Fi, I'm happy to do so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can take this shit on the road. You know, we can do the show in Austin, but let's discuss the logistics of that when it's over. All right, show brought to you in part by the law office of Orlando Kell. Orlando is the lawyer for you if you need a family lawyer. If you are going through a divorce or thinking about it, or have someone who's served you, or maybe you've already gotten divorced and things go awry later on. A lot of times people get divorced and still are battling. When they have kids, people get upset.
Oh, shit.
People move, or job status changes, and decrees have to be changed. I speak from experience. Right. Orlando is my guy, and he should be yours too, the official family lawyer of the Texas Longhorn postgame show on Love You Hard TV. Orlando Kell. Hit him up. Look him up. Orlando, as in Orlando Bloom, but he says Orlando. Orlando. It's not Orlando. It's Orlando.
It's Orlando, especially in San Antonio.
And it's Kell, Kell, a UT law grad, and was in Ann Arbor today. And this show
sending us some cool pictures.
Does not happen without my man Orlando Kell. All right, who's got chats? They got people in here talking. Joshua, Michigan could have the greatest savior of all time walk in that door, Jesus, and he wouldn't be able to save Michigan today. Yeah, so Michigan didn't look good.
So is Michigan bad? See, I don't want to take anything away from Texas' win.
Me neither.
I don't want to put Michigan down too bad, because then I'm taking away, because UT fan, they're hype right now, and understandably so.
Sure, as they should be.
Going into the big houses, no, I don't care how bad they are. That's a hell of a win. But Michigan sucks.
For them,
props
they
to
suck.
UT. Props
to Michigan.
UT. Not taking anything from you, Horn fans. Shout out to y'all.
Mm-hmm. For Michigan,
sucks.
They suck.
Yeah, they suck.
That kid quarterback has talent, but
does he?
He didn't. He folded today.
Yeah,
he couldn't hang with that D, and he struggled. And you could tell from the beginning he didn't have whatever it is he's ever going to have. He didn't have it today.
Mm-mm.
And as soon as they got down by 10, and Texas was cooking, he didn't have it. He wasn't going to be able to pass them back in that game.
No.
Michigan lost Blake Corum, their top runner. I mean, they've lost good players the last couple of years and been good, but this team here, this Michigan team, may not win. Ohio State's got to be looking at that thinking, okay, this is our conference this year. Penn State has got to be looking at that today and thinking we're better than they are.
They need a good year.
And Michigan was going to have a fall off. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Longhorns, but Michigan, the fall off was expected after you lose Harbaugh. A bunch of kids jump to the league, and then a bunch of other kids jump into the portal when Harbaugh goes to the Chargers. And Michigan's not as good, but they came in 10th in the country, I think, in the AP. They're good, but let's say Michigan's in the Big 12. Obviously, they're not better than Texas, but
or the SEC.
Well, not the SEC. Michigan,
they might not even be better than Arizona.
No, but let's say Michigan's in the Big 12. Do they win the Big 12? Are they better than Oklahoma State or TCU
or Colorado or Arizona? Arizona's quarterback is the real deal. So
yeah,
I don't know if they win the Big 12 this year.
No, they're reloading at Michigan this year. But still, though, to go into their place and beat the shit out of them the way the Longhorns did, and that could have been worse. But once Sark got the lead on the road against that D, he decided to.
Right.
They did a great job of killing clock. Can't say enough about Sark. Gotta love.
Well, that's the thing. And yes, Henry's mustache. It only took 2 shows. They lost their sign stealer. Yeah, that did happen. That's a real thing. He was suspended for that. I think he's the only natty coach to miss I think he missed 5 games last year, 4 games last year because of suspension.
Who's that?
Harbaugh.
Oh, yeah, Harbaugh. Yeah,
he missed like 4 games. But watching when Sark is on a roll, it's a beautiful thing to watch because the defense really has no answers. It's a lot of misdirection, guys coming open late. And another thing, not to harp on Quinn, I like that the coaches have told him, take what's available. Like we praise Tom Brady a lot, and rightfully so.
Right.
But if you watch Tom play, the ball comes out quick, and he just throws it to the open guy. Like, he hit Blue in the flats. I don't know. I think Blue had 6 receptions. I want to say Blue had like 6 receptions. Yeah. Why? Because it was there, and it was effective, and Michigan didn't have an answer for it. Don't overcomplicate the game. You can tell that they've coached him up to the point. It's like, look, Quinn, we know you're super talented. You don't have to do 7-step drops. We don't have to do 5-step drops. You don't have to go to your 3rd and 4th read. If Blue's open in the flat and it looks like he's going to go for, 10, 15 yards, move the chains, get rid of the ball. So when Sark's on a roll, it's a beautiful thing to watch. But I love that Quinn is just taking what the defense gives him.
He looks like a stud.
Yeah, he did. He looked like a stud today for sure. That's a big boy win.
Right. Are we forgetting that he did go into Tuscaloosa and get a win last year?
I did forget that. My bad, Quinn.
No, that kid,
Quinn. I did forget that.
I'm not guaranteeing anything except that he is never going to he's never going to wilt mentally the way Michigan's kid did today. Quinn's got balls.
Yeah.
He's just got balls. He's got it. He comes out there to win.
He has it.
He's not going out there waiting to react. He's responding. He responding, he's acting.
Yeah.
He's bombing first. This Texas team did that more and more last year under Sark rather than let's come out and see how it goes. We got our scripted 10, 15 plays and let's see what they're doing. No. Texas comes out and starts punching you.
Yeah.
And
it's tough to
we
stop.
haven't seen that in a minute around there.
Tough to stop.
That's my guy Sark. That is my guy Sark.
Yes, Jason H. Sark should call Orlando Kell. We know. Damn.
I think he already did.
Oh.
So Sark taking his divorce out on all these opponents. Okay. By the way, so there was a weird, there was a quick but awkward moment today where the great Gus Johnson, who I love, so like they were in between plays or something. There was a timeout.
I love Gus.
I sent you a picture of what Sark was wearing today.
Yeah.
He was looking sharp.
Yeah, he was sharp. He was fine.
Had the burnt orange jacket with the tie. He looked like a badass. He looked like Chris Del Conte, the athletic director. But so they were getting ready to pitch toward video of Sark walking onto the field before the game this morning when they got there, and he had his full burnt orange suit on to see how fly he looked. And Gus I guess Gus forgot about the divorce or didn't know. And Gus goes, what was his ex-wife? Well, I guess she's going to be his ex-wife. What is her name?
I forget.
She's named after a makeup line. Oh my God, what is it? Y'all help me out. L'Oreal. It is L'Oreal. Yeah. So her name's L'Oreal. So Gus says something like, L'Oreal's gonna love that outfit.
He did.
Yeah. And then
no.
There's a quick moment of silence for then Joel Klatt doesn't say anything. Somebody clearly told Gus, they're getting divorced. And they just don't even address it. And let's see how good he looked. Oh yeah, looking great. Anyhow, 3rd down and 7 at the 15. Oh my God, it was so weird. Yeah, I mean Gus can't.
He don't know.
He's a national guy.
And
he can't keep up with
Gus
everything.
for not knowing. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? That's personal.
Sure. Well, I mean,
Gus is there to call the football game. Gus isn't TMZ.
Right. He does a national game of the week. He ain't in on. He did his game prep this week for this game. That didn't come up.
No,
he's just worried about the ball game.
He's worried about the ball.
Yeah, L'Oreal's gonna like that look. I mean, she may still. Maybe she texted him. You look good today, ex-husband.
Well, because I am a TMZ type guy.
Yeah.
I heard they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool publicly.
It's not a nut.
Well, they don't have any kids.
Mike's like, don't fall for that shit, Rudy.
Well, you know what? In public, they're always amicable. We look forward to being friends. Yeah, okay. No, but they don't. They got married later on after their kids were all born.
Oh, so
Sark's
they don't have kids together.
No, so the fact they don't have kids, they'll be fine. Vaya con Dios.
She did keep him fly though.
Yeah, and it's carried over. He still looks great. Yeah, Rams up in here. I know y'all got a lot on y'all's plate. Y'all doing a Cowboys React show.
You paying us?
Yes and no.
What you mean?
Because we're definitely going to do in the building like we do every Sunday night.
Yeah.
Sunday nights are staples every single Sunday as long as this company exists. We're going to do a show.
We will be the first to react to the NFL games.
Yeah.
In this town.
Right.
Anyway.
So it's an in the building. It's not like I did a legit Cowboys postgame show last year. So we're going to do it. We're going to do in the building every Sunday night. And 99 times out of 100, we're probably going to lead with the Cowboys.
Yes. I mean, what do you mean? 100 out of 100?
Sure, probably. And it's a 3:25 game. And we're probably going to do the show, 7, 8 o'clock.
Right.
So, yeah, that's going to turn into a Cowboys postgame show. Yeah. So the answer is yes. In the building is on Sunday nights. And the timing will be good now with Cowboys season starting. So I fully anticipate a bunch of y'all to watch it and jump in here and help us with some tips and keep us on the air and keep us doing our thing. Without y'all watching, without you tipping, and without our partners, we can't do these shows. And you bet your ass for doing a Sunday night show.
I thought it was hilarious at halftime because Fox is paying him almost $40 million a year. They wanted to promote Tom Brady while his team is getting that, while his alma mater is getting their face beat in.
Right.
Tom was kind of pissed off too. You know, he was like, yeah, I'm working hard. I'm in the booth. I got a great team behind me. But he was a little bit upset that his Michigan Wolverines were getting their ass kicked at home.
Getting embarrassed like they were. Yeah. I'm just looking forward to seeing and hearing Tom tomorrow.
Me too.
He may not be good. We don't know.
No, Tom's going to be that dude. It's just certain guys. God was like, God goes through this Rolodex and he just picks certain guys to be good at everything.
Montana wasn't good.
He wasn't. I don't remember.
No, Joe was not good.
Joe did color?
So I think he did a season and he was so bad they moved him to the studio the next year. No, we're just reassigning. We're reassigning. Oh. So Joe Montana wound up sitting in the studio on CBS or whatever it was in those days. And He lasted a couple of years and got bored doing that, And Brady was not terrific in the little Q&A he did with Joel Klatt at halftime.
He wasn't. He seemed a little nervous.
He did seem nervous. This is not the same. This is different.
I think he's gonna be good.
But you're right. God has touched him.
Like, I'm gonna make you 6'6", great hair, great looking,
chiseled face,
big hands.
Yeah.
Tom,
big hands.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, what? That's just not fair. Paul Morales, are y'all heading to ATX next week for UTS? I hope so. We'll see, Paul.
We're seriously considering it, Paul. Regardless, we'll do a post-game show, but we're seriously considering. I right now I'm leaning toward yes, we're going. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Wow.
You heard him.
Yep. So yes, we will do. We'll certainly have a post-game show, but where we will do it, we'll figure out. All right. Show also brought to you in part by my guys at GC Roofing. I got a message yesterday.
What happened?
Move it up. There we go.
What was the
I got a message yesterday from a Thunderdomer who had GC go out to their house up in Stone Oak.
Really?
Yep. And the agreement was struck. Big roof, big house up in Stone Oak.
For real?
Longtime subscriber to this show. Absolutely. More
advertising with us works, man.
I know. Rudy's about to ask for an increase in talent fees from GC. No, we're not. I love y'all hard. Thank you, GC Roofing. Bringing us Longhorn postgame show. It's GC Roofing. 347-0426 or gcservicesroofing.com. Look up. It's GC, right? GC.
Yes.
GC Services Roofing. That's our guys. Thank you to GC Roofing. All right. I am looking forward to seeing how UTSA hangs today with or play. How is they hang?
Yeah.
Texas State's good, although Texas State kind of struggled last week in their game too.
Yeah,
I think they beat Lamar by like a touchdown, just like UTSA struggled. But that was Kennesaw State's first Division I game as a program.
Yeah. I think UTSA,
that wasn't a good look.
It was a good learning tool. Well, it's a good tool for Jeff Traylor.
Right.
And I mean that by like, okay, now I have y'all's attention.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mail it in when you get up. Because they got up and they hit the cruise control button. And you can't do that. So now Jeff has their attention. They're going to come out firing on all cylinders today, I would hope.
Well, if I may, since that is I love him very much, but I keep it real. He's awesome after a loss, usually.
Great point.
He's great. He's great in bounce back games when they haven't played well, and even they didn't lose last week, but he damn sure didn't leave that. He didn't leave the Alamo Dome happy last week at all. I bet he coached them this week like they lost.
Yeah,
I bet he did.
Yeah, hell yeah, he did.
Hell yeah, they'll be good.
And Saquon Barkley's pretty good.
We'll see
him last night.
I did. Yeah, we'll see. Well, the Eagles are good, and him with all that skill they got makes him better. It's just pick your poison in Philly.
You got them. Who you got winning the NFC East, by the way? I know this UT post.
Philly.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh sure. They may run away with it. Dallas is not going to be good. Washington's going to be better, but they're not quite ready. And that kid is a rookie, Jaden Daniels, and he'll have moments where he looks great.
Yeah.
And then he'll have days where he sucks. And the Giants, I don't know what to make of them anymore. The Eagles are going to run away with that division. How's Jordan Love? Do we have a report on him? Someone said it's an MCL or
MCL.
Damn.
He's going to probably miss some time.
No bueno.
But yeah, Philly looked good last night. I mean, Jalen Hurts still threw 2 interceptions last night.
Oh, no, and fumbled once. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying they're going to win the title. I think, but the division's not going to be good. The Cowboys are not going to be good, and that's why the Eagles are going to benefit from that.
Good
Sorry,
question.
I'm taking a big drink.
Good question, T. Aguilar. I don't know where Desmond Howard was at halftime.
Where was Desmond Howard at halftime? Probably knew it was time to go get their shine by. Did he not show up for halftime show?
I didn't know he was supposed to.
They had that damn Matthew McConaughey in there.
Desmond's ESPN. That was on Fox.
Yeah, that was a Fox game.
Yeah, that was a Fox game.
Yeah, I think you got your networks mixed up. They had McConaughey on the halftime. Well, we'd had to take that defense and bring.
He tried to really break shit down.
What are you doing?
And then Brady Quinn starts licking his ass.
I know.
Hey, do you want to come with us to Alabama next week? You know your stuff. Shut up.
So weird.
I love McConaughey.
I like Matt, but Matt's character.
What you mean?
He's always got the way he just everything's real deep and sincere.
Yeah, and Brady Quinn. Hey, McConaughey, you're so good. You want to come with us to the Alabama game?
And Matt's like Matt's
Shut
like
up.
his analogies and comparisons are always weird. It's like Quinn Ewers leading the Longhorn like the Caddo Indians led the Battle of Fort Sumter. I mean, come on, man. What are you talking about? Thank you, Big Robert. Just gave us $9.99. Oh, there's your gas money for coming over today.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that big time.
Appreciate you, Robert.
But looking ahead, so the next 2 weeks you get UTSA.
Yeah.
Then you get Louisiana Monroe. Then you get Mississippi State. Then October.
Where's that Mississippi State game? It's in Austin.
In Austin.
Damn, they're gonna be 5-6-0.
Yeah. So then you get OU and Georgia back-to-back weeks.
Wow. I like that you got Oklahoma before Georgia. It forces you not to overlook, because if you're playing UTSA or you're playing Mississippi State the week before Georgia, you may look ahead.
Right.
Or you may just kind of feel that. Kids do that. And I know what y'all probably think, kids don't do that. They do.
Yeah.
When you have a shitty team and you got a monster the next week, you kind of look ahead, but they won't do that with Oklahoma.
Yeah, so
the first SEC game between the Longhorns and Oklahoma, that's going to be kick-ass. All right, so run it down. So it's Oklahoma, then Georgia.
Oklahoma, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Florida, Arkansas, UK.
Wow.
A&M. So this year,
2 losses at most right now.
Yeah,
maybe one. At most.
Maybe one.
Yeah.
Maybe one. I feel like this year they got the better end of the stick as far as the SEC, because that means next year.
Great.
That means next year you got LSU,
Bama,
Auburn.
Yep.
So it'll be a little bit different next year.
No question. You mentioned Bama earlier. I do like that coach, Terry DeBoers. But again, it's Alabama, and it's just something about replacing Saban.
Nah, bro, that's a different
monster. They're going to have a couple hiccups this year, and all of a sudden, well, maybe he wasn't the right guy.
Where'd he come from?
Washington.
See, he's
lost in the championship.
You're a long way from home.
He's a Yankee.
So wait a minute. So he Kevin Duranted?
He did Kevin Durant.
Oh no, he didn't lose to Bama. He didn't lose to Bama.
No, he didn't lose.
He lost to Michigan.
Yeah, he lost to Michigan. Yeah,
they beat Texas, and then they lost to Michigan.
Yep. That's what Sark had on today with that badass one. Can y'all see that at all? Walking off the bus in that burnt orange jacket, looking like a boss. Looking like a boss. I still like to follow RG3. Has he been hired by somebody?
No, he's pulling a Mike and Rudy. I think he's doing his own thing right now.
What happened to him? Why'd they get rid of RG3?
Too controversial on Twitter.
Oh, for fuck's sake. ESPN, man.
ESPN.
Here's his tweet of the day. Steve Sarkisian has built this Texas team into a monster who will come into your house and raid your refrigerator. They were built for long-term success too, right? Because they got freshmen and sophomores that come off the bench when Blue gets hurt, and they just keep scoring.
In the
touchdowns.
SEC, where Texas lives now,
it's
about depth.
Yep.
Like, can you go 2-3 deep on the defensive line? Because that's why Bama and Georgia have been so good for so long, is because their third string guy comes in and you're still not gaining any yards from the line of scrimmage. Then the first string comes back in. So does he have the depth needed to compete in the SEC? And is the SEC still the SEC?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
You could be the best of the worst, because the ACC sucks. We just saw what happened to Clemson. We saw what happened to Florida State.
Florida State.
You know what I mean? So, like, is the SEC still that good, or is just they're the best of the worst? Because the Big 12 is, ACC, We saw what Michigan has, Big 10, Is it still as competitive as it once was? And can Texas win the SEC in its first year?
I think Georgia wins it, but at this point,
you think Texas plays them in the SEC championship?
Sure. I don't see why not at this point.
I feel you. Or they both eat. Or wait, what side is Texas on? I haven't even looked. Are they SEC West?
We're in the West. Georgia's in
the
East. Yeah. We won't face Georgia again unless it's in the. They can play in the conference championship game.
Okay,
for sure. Will Baker with $5. What's up? Will up in the Temple Killeen area, up in Central Texas. $5. Sark is class. Ewers look great. I still fear the midseason letdown. Oh, he's just got PTSD.
Oh, he just got it because it always happens.
It just so happens they're playing Oklahoma and Georgia in the midseason. So if they lose both those games, I wouldn't call that a midseason letdown, unless they get their ass handed to them and unless they lose to Mississippi State or somebody.
Right. But the good thing about this, there's 12 teams that get to go. And if your two losses are OU and Georgia, you're probably still going to make the playoff.
No question.
Right?
Texas would get in with 2 losses.
With 12 teams, right?
No question. I mean,
now you're kind of against that because you're like a soccer guy. Like you like the regular season to matter.
Yeah, but
this is the
system. So
right.
Yeah, they should get in with 2 losses. They have 3 losses now, but 2. Texas could get in with 2 losses. Most schools could not. Texas probably can. Just the way the schedule shakes down,
Because Florida looked awful the other day. They play Florida this year. Miami beat them by like 30.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
If they can get if you come out of those 2 weeks, OU Georgia with 1 loss, you're probably still going to be a top 3 ranked team,
right?
Because I think that's the only game. Those are the only 2 games I see that could possibly be losses. OU because of the rivalry, Georgia because they're Georgia. But I think they split those 2 weeks at worst.
Wow.
At worst, they split. They don't come out of those 2 weeks 0-2. I think at worst they probably beat OU, lose to Georgia, or beat Georgia and lose to OU. I think at the worst case scenario they come out of those 2 weeks 1-1, which is a win. That's still a win. So
shit, 10-2, 11-1 your first year in that league. Shit, Sark will be the coach of the year in the AP
for sure.
Yeah. It's funny how we don't even consider A&M as a threat.
Damn. Well, the Connor Wegman,
that will be great.
Look, there's a lot of A&M fans that come through those Texas.
Be careful.
That's my Aggies. They come through those Texas cheer liquor doors, and they hate Connor Wegman.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible. 5-star talent too.
Who ranked him? He's awful.
Rivals, the same people that rank all these kids.
Rivals is really good.
He was a stud, man.
He sucks.
Yeah, he was terrible. He was as bad as me when I was 69 and they forced me out of my job.
I was like, hey, was Notre Dame's defense that good or Connor Wegman sucks? I ask every Aggie fan. No, Connor Wegman sucks. Okay, I'm just making sure. I know the answer. I just want to see if you're going to tell the truth.
I don't have a job these days, Rudy. I used to be the voice of the Aggies on Learfield Sports. Now I'm reading live spots for Mike Taylor. UT Postgame also brought to you by Price Chevrolet down in, beautiful Pleasanton, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Price Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy dealer. To get some help from their wonderful team, call the crew. LJ and his crew at Price Chevrolet in Pleasanton, Texas. They'll treat you like family, assist you in servicing and finding all your vehicle needs on Learfield Sports. That's for LJ. Gig them. My Aggie buddies are not happy.
They're not happy.
And so they're not good.
That's from Kel.
That's cool. Oh, that's Orlando's. Oh, badass.
Orlando
Orlando sent us that?
Yeah, he just sent
Super
us that.
Cool. Yeah. Can't hear those 100,000 Big House Michigan fans, can you? That's awesome. Dude, that's great. I don't want to take anything. Michigan is down.
Michigan sucks.
But not – we'll see how many teams go in there and whoop their ass, though, in that ballpark.
Right.
Not
like that.
No, not like that.
Baylor's getting their ass kicked by the Utes. They're playing the number 11th ranked Utah in Utah, up 14-0 on Baylor, about to make it 21-0. See, I don't know, man. This Big 12, we got to see what this Big 12 is going to look like. Who does Colorado have tonight?
It's a good question. Let me look. You know what's funny about this game and weird and unstable? This is not a conference game.
Why not? What do you mean?
Because this game was scheduled a few years ago.
It doesn't matter.
And
You're
any
in the
games,
Big 12 now.
they said before the season, any games that are grandfathered in, that you already had scheduled with new Big 12 opponents will not count in the conference standings. So even though these two teams are in the same conference now, because it was scheduled years ago, this technically does not count as a conference game.
That's stupid.
It is stupid. I agree.
Wayne 71 999. Thank you. I'm an Aggies fan.
Oh, thank you, Wayne.
I'm supporting the show, not the Horns.
That's okay.
Hey, Wayne. I appreciate
Thank you,
that,
Wayne.
dog.
We love our Aggies. They're just down, and no one bashes themselves when they're down better than the Aggies.
Right.
Nope. The old Aggie salute. Up. Poor A&M. They're bad. They switched coaches again.
Uh-huh.
They lay an egg last week on offense. Connor Wegman looked like the worst quarterback in Division I. Texas is now in the SEC and really great and just beat the shit out of Michigan. These are not good days.
Yeah. Colorado plays Nebraska.
Oh, cool. All right. Go in there and whoop their asses, Dion. Come on, man.
I like Nebraska's quarterback.
Yeah, I know. I do too. Nebraska won their first game last week. Man. Thank you, Wayne.
Neither team is ranked.
As long as y'all keep money coming in, I'll keep doing the show. Although Rudy's got things to do. He's got work today. His wife's birthday is today. Yeah. So happy birthday to Anna Johnson.
Thank you.
By the way.
Appreciate
happy birthday
that.
to her.
Anna Soto Johnson. She kept that Soto. She's hyphenated.
Okay, I didn't know
she's
that.
Hyphenated.
Okay.
Yeah. We argue about it all the time.
No, y'all don't.
I give her shit about it.
You were so happy that woman finally went.
Yeah, we don't argue about it, but I give her shit about it.
Mm-hmm. ASJ.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. Y'all like this? Y'all like it? Tell your buddies there's a Longhorns show. We're trying to get the word out about this show. We've had a good first 2 weeks. I'm proud of myself for getting us on.
Me too. I was worried.
I know you were, and I didn't want to let you down.
Next week we'll come up a little bit higher.
Yeah, well, maybe next week we'll be sitting at the stadium or at a tailgate. Look at that. See, we can adjust as we go. You know, I'm informal, man. It's fine.
No, we're fine.
I'm super informal.
We're looking down on you, peon.
Yeah, subscribe to our channel.
Love you hard, bitches.
Tell your buddies there's a UT postgame show in this town. We're going to do them after every dang game all year long.
We're consistent.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we're consistent.
And we'll be back tomorrow night.
Time may be different, but we're consistent.
Correct. We're back tomorrow night with In the Building. Cowboys at 3:25. I would assume that the Cowboy game will come up during In the Building with us tomorrow night. And we'll probably talk Cowboys in the entire day in the NFL tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun day. All right, man. I'm gonna let you get home. You got stuff to do on your wife's birthday.
Later.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.
Final score, was it 31-12? Was that the final?
Yeah, and the freaking idiots punch Michigan. Let me get an early punch to the Michigan person who scored with 1 minute left, down 31-12, and got a celebrating penalty. You, sir, are the jackass of the day. $9.99 Chuck's 81 UT back to school of note in Texas.
Yeah, they are the school of note. Sure. Well, they've always been the school of note. Well, they weren't,
just didn't fit.
They weren't the athletic program of note. Now they're back. Yes, they're back where they should be. God wants the Longhorns to be good, and they finally have appeased God, and they've answered God's demands. And next week they get UTSA. So we'll do another show. I think here's the thing. If me and Rudy do go up tomorrow, we'll do some tailgating. We'll post on Twitter Live, you and me. We can use yours or mine. It don't matter.
It don't matter. We use yours. You got more followers.
And before the game starts, do a little quick 5-10 minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe we'll do a little halftime cut in.
That'd be dope.
Then we'll do another little post game show.
That'd be dope.
So I think that'd be cool.
That's
and
content,
just bust my phone out. You bet your ass it's content. All right, that's it. Next week we'll do this all over again as the Longhorns take on UT San Antonio. How about that? All right, gig 'em, hook 'em,
all that shit.
All the stuff. Go Frogs.
Camel toe. All that
camel toe. Yeah, we do have a camel toe sign. I like it. It's one of the reasons I like him. All right, we're done. Love you all hard.
Later.
See you tomorrow night. Take care. All right. Oh, yeah, in stream. That's on me. Bye. Love you hard. In. Yay. How about that? I did it.